These dashboards across the top of the screen represent one of the strategic capabilities of IntelliMagic Vision. It's automatically checking the thousands of elements of your z/OS infrastructure to identify potential risks to availability being applied to DB2. So this set of 10 dashboards checking the data in the SMF100 Db2 Statistics records, evaluating 62 metrics against each data sharing group with drill down capabilities into underlying components, including DB2 members, buffer pools, etc., to identify areas that may warrant additional investigation. So looking at this buffer pool dashboard, we note that sequential prefetch disabled for no buffers is occurring for data sharing group DB2H, representing the number of times the sequential prefetch threshold is reached. So let's drill down to see in which set of buffer pools this is occurring. So here we see that it's in the 4K buffer pools. And so we can drill further then and see a set of mini charts for all the metrics on the dashboard, where exceptions and warnings are highlighted with red and yellow borders, and we can compare various metrics at a glance. So let's select this first time chart and zoom in on the frequency this is occurring over this selected time interval. And then we can drill down further into the data sharing group and see which DB2 members are experiencing this. So here we see one of the members experiencing this, DBH8, and so let's drill down further to see which buffer pool that's occurring in, and we see here that it's in buffer pool 1. Now we may wonder, is this typical or is this an anomaly? So we can compare it to any other interval in the database. So let's just compare to a couple of days earlier this week, and we see that this behavior is occurring pretty commonly for this buffer pool. Now let's go look at one of the other dashboards. Here, the lock and latch dashboard. And here we see suspends because of lock conflicts and suspend because of latch conflicts. So again, let's drill down to see where this is occurring. And again, here are the mini charts. And so we can see at a glance that the time profile for the lock conflicts and the latch conflicts are quite different. So let's drill in further into the latch conflicts and see how they're distributed across the data sharing group, if they're occurring on all the members or they're just on selected members of the data sharing group. So here we see that the data sharing group members that have the exception are highlighted in bold here, H4 and HB. So let's go ahead and customize this chart and just look at those two and remove the noise from the rest of the data sharing members. So here we can see they've got these two data share members have a pretty similar profile during the prime shift, but then DBHB had a much higher level of activity at night. So now let's drill into that member, and again, we can take advantage of the trending capabilities that are available throughout the IntelliMagic Vision product. So this is for the last month. The green line is the average value. The green bar are the 10th and 90th percentile intervals within that time by time of day, and then the yellow bars are the absolute mins and maximums. And so we can see there's quite a bit of this latch conflict activity happening in this member across this time period throughout the month that's collected here. And we can also drill further into this and look and see if it's got a unique profile by day of week. We see that the weekend days are a little bit lower, and then the weekday days perhaps have relatively similar profiles. So after investigating any of these exceptions, if you determine that that value is okay in your environment, the thresholds can be adjusted to eliminate future exceptions on the dashboards. So this concludes part 1 of the video on videos on the SMF100 Db2 Statistics records. IntelliMagic Vision also provides great visibility and context-sensitive drill downs into the rich set of metrics available throughout the SMF 100 records, metrics including buffer pools, commits, and SQL statistics. And you can go to IntelliMagic.com for that video and many others demonstrating how IntelliMagic Vision can enable you to leverage the vast potential in your SMF and RMF data to proactively improve availability and enhance the effectiveness of your performance analysis.